Rain in the Face's account of Custer's last stand unveils haunting truths. Rain in the Face, a renowned Hunkpapa Lakota Sioux chief, carved his name into history as a formidable warrior. At the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, his bravery in battle was well known, and it was said that he held deep hatred toward Custer, believing that Custer had been responsible for the deaths of his brother and sister in an earlier fight. Some stories suggest that Rain in the Face was among the warriors who attacked Custer's unit, and may have even delivered the final blow that killed Custer. Yet many historians debate this, and the true details of Custer's death remain murky. After the battle, Rain in the Face eventually surrendered and spent time imprisoned. Following his release, he became an advocate for Native rights and shared his tales of war during Wild West performances. His life as a fighter had been fierce, but he later spoke of how his heart changed once he was no longer on the battlefield. "I was a man feared before I needed crutches," he once said. The soldiers trembled, and the reason crows would check to see if their scalps were still intact. "When I was near, my name traveled like the wind, whispered in fear." During one gathering, Harry, who knew the ways of the Native warriors, jested with Rain, saying, "We know you were a tough man, but tell us about the time Tom Custer beat you." Rain frowned deeply, clearly uncomfortable, but eventually shared his side of the story, revealing more about the battle that had haunted many. Army officers and government agents had tried for years to pry information about the battle from Rain in the Face, offering promises and threats alike, but he had kept silent until this unexpected moment. The poet Longfellow even immortalized him in verse, adding to his legend. Reynolds' story took us back 2 years before the battle. Gall and Sitting Bull had their camp at Standing Rock. The Hunkpapa were strong and feared no man. The Yanktonais, who stayed close to the agency, sought peace and supplies. In our camp, life was filled with dancing, racing, and hunting. I was favored by the women, though the men kept their distance, knowing my temper. Rain recalled a time when a young woman dared him to prove his courage by killing a white man near Fort Lincoln. Though Rain knew it was dangerous, he couldn't resist the challenge. "I painted my face black, armed myself, and set out. Under the cover of darkness, I watched and waited, seeking a soldier to bring back proof of my kill. Eventually, I found my target, a storekeeper and a horse doctor. I shot them both and took their buttons, which the girl sewed onto her shawl." He recounted his narrow escape as Custer, or Long Yellow Hair as he was known, gave chase later that winter. Rain visited Standing Rock, but was captured and thrown into a freezing guard room. Despite the cold and chains, he made a daring escape, leaving behind a chilling message, a buffalo skin marked with a bloody heart, a vow of vengeance he would fulfill. When shown a sketch of Custer's last charge, Rain laughed. "This picture is a lie," he said. "We fought with guns and wore clubs, not bows. The soldiers were on foot, and their guns jammed. It was like herding sheep. Some begged for mercy, but none was given." The truth of that day is far from what the white man draws. Rain in the Face took the paper, turned it over, and sketched a large S-shaped line with a pencil. "This is the Little Bighorn River," he said. "Our lodges were like a bent bow along its banks." When Harry asked how many lodges there were, Rain responded, "Many, many times 10. We were like the blades of grass." With for 6,000 Native people, there were easily over 1,000 lodges. Sitting Bull, with his powerful medicine, stood on a hill. He brought it back in a coup stick bag and gave a great speech, saying, "The Great Spirit had shown him the soldier's sapro, but promised us victory." His words filled our hearts with joy. The next day, our scouts told us the soldiers were coming. Sitting Bull had the women set up decoy lodges to fool the Ray Scouts, while the brush and bend of the river hid our real homes. Sitting Bull left to make more medicine, not returning until the battle was over. He was a wise chief, but Gall led us that day. Crazy Horse guided the Cheyennes, and Goose led the Bannocks. I wasn't a head chief, but I commanded a fierce band of Hunkpapas. We saw the soldiers' tired horses and knew they had underestimated our strength, thinking we were just a small camp. They made their mistake when they split up. Gall led most of the warriors upriver to cut them off, while the Re-Scouts stayed back with Long Yellow Hair. We let them come over the bluffs, then showed our line. The soldiers charged but soon retreated under our fire as our young men opened fire from behind. I saw some officers talking and pointing, but they all looked the same to me. I didn't see long yellow hair, neither then nor later. The Scouts began their death song, knowing they were doomed. They dismounted, with every fourth man holding their horses. We circled them, rushing in like a wave on the sand. We shot the horse holders, and the ponies stampeded as we waved blankets. Tired as they were, our women caught the ponies. I had sung the war song, breathed in the smell of gunpowder, and my heart had gone bad. My mind was wild. I charged in, grabbing their flag, but my pony was shot dead. I cut its thong, struck down the flagman with my war club, and brought the flag back to our lines. It was a brave act, and our warriors cheered, but the fight raged on. Blood and brains splattered on my face, hot and bitter in my frenzy. I mounted a new pony and charged again, slashing and shooting. When that pony fell, I found another. Then I saw Little Hare, and my vow came back to me. I was crazed, unafraid, trusting my white weasel tail charm to protect me. I don't know how many I killed trying to reach him, but he saw me and recognized me. He was afraid. I laughed and yelled, but the noise drowned out his words. When I got close enough, I shot him. My gun vanished, and I don't know where it went. I dismounted, cut out his heart, bit a piece off, and spit it in his face. I shook his heart and rode off. I had kept my vow, and that was all that mattered. I didn't scalp him. I had no need. I left the battlefield satisfied. Later, our women finished off the wounded, taking their belongings and cutting off boots for leather. They even removed fingers to get rings faster. They searched for long yellow hair scalp, but found nothing. He wore no uniform and had cut his hair short. That night we feasted and danced. Sitting Bull told us, "My medicine worked and it gave you courage." But Gall challenged him, saying, "We did the fighting, not your medicine." This caused tension between them as both wanted to lead. Some of our people sided with Sitting Bull, others with Gall. As for me, I followed neither. I led my own band and cared only for dancing. The news of more soldiers with big guns approaching made us move north with them, following until we crossed the border. I stayed there until Sitting Bull returned, and I came home with him. It felt good to be back. That's my story. I've never shared it with a white man before, but now I'm glad I have. When I finished, someone asked if you didn't kill long yellow hair. Who did? I answered, "I don't know. No one knows. It was like fighting in darkness." Mac then asked why long yellow hair hadn't been scalped like the others. "No man is too brave to be scalped." I said the women couldn't find him, likely because his body was hidden beneath others. Mac also asked about Curly, the Crow Scout who claimed to have escaped. "Curly is a liar," I said. "He wasn't even in the fight. His pony failed and he ran off like a coward." Rain in the Face, now nearing 60, is one of the few surviving chiefs who can still tell the tale of the Custer fight. He can write his name in English, though he doesn't understand its full meaning. His English is limited, but he understands most of what is said. Like many others of his people, he values promises yet to be kept, not those already fulfilled. Despite his fierce appearance, Rain is dependable when he gives his word, though getting him to promise anything takes much patience. Even at his age, he remains a strong and imposing figure, embodying the spirit of the warrior, a living testament to a bygone era. I hope this first-hand account gives you a new insight into the Great Sioux War of 1876 and the Battle of Little Big Horn. Stay with us for more stories like this, as we bring you the untold tales of history's battles.